So here's a percentile chart. You are looking at this at home, so you should be able to see that relatively clearly. But if you aren't, or if you want to see a little bit more information, these charts that I'm showing you are taken from the official ACT and SAT information. So this is going to be available on the sheets on their websites. If you search SAT percentiles, ACT percentiles, this should be the first form that pops up on the Google results. And so you can see right here, the biggest thing that colleges are looking for is the percentage. The 36, the 800 numbers, they're just means to getting the colleges the actual percentiles that they want. So we take a look and we see here 36, 100%. Really, that's a little bit mistaken. It should be the 99th percent. Technically, nobody's 100%, but this is their chart, and we go from there. And so coming back down, you can see that the 50th percentile on the composite column, that is around, let's see, 20 is what they have on this chart. That's consistent from test over test, and then you can see each of the subsection scores and where they come out as a percentage in each of their columns as well. So don't get too hung up, 27, 28, 22, whatever it is. It's really the percentiles that matter, and so these are what you want to be thinking about. Moving right along, you can see the same thing here for the SAT percentiles. Again, we've got this broken out by the nationally representative sample and the SAT user, and then they give you the percentiles and then how you did combined in that left-hand column in each of the three big boxes. So one thing I just want to briefly point out is that the SAT actually reports two scores. They report this nationally representative score and they present this SAT user score. At this point, I don't know which one the colleges are using more. The SAT user is you compared with everybody else who took that test with you on the same day. The nationally representative sample is your score compared against what the SAT makers think is going to be the distribution of scores across the population. The SAT user, that's the same way the ACT comes up with their score. They go ahead, they do their work, they think they've put together a test that's got, 1/3 easy, 1/3 medium, 1/3 hard or so, and that's where they come up with the kind of general bell curve. They give the test, they go ahead and adjust it afterwards to make sure that they get that nice, neat bell curve where, there's a clear 99th, 1%, and then everybody's in the right amounts for the other percentages. And this is kind of why you get the discrepancy between the national representative sample and the SAT user. But for the time being, I encourage students to use the SAT user score. It's the most comparable with the ACT and is likely to be the one that colleges ultimately end up using as a result of that. And here you can see the section scores. These are what you would get percentile-wise from one section to the other. Again, you can see the representative user and the SAT user columns. And again, you can see that we've got the reading and the math alongside there. Won't spend too much time on these because, again, you can check these out on your own. If you have questions about them, you can email me. And otherwise, I want to get into how you should actually start preparing for these tests.